All right, so raise up your hands if you wanted to meet a friend back in the old days, but then COVID-19 stopped you. Raise your hands. Very nice. I think there is something to be earned by playing in-person tabletop games, something that video games fail to deliver. So, with a complete prototype in my hands, we introduce Eclaridia, 3 years in the making. So, what is Eclaridia? Eclaridia is a tactical fighting game where you play as legendary characters hailing from the world of Eclaridia of the same name. Use the cards from your deck to defeat the opposition and to, in the end, remain victorious. For example, this card is Sword Slash. It deals 5 damage to any person around you. But with its special block ability, it can also stop 5 damage from being dealt to you. Eclaridia finds a home in the 50 million people who already play existing tabletop games. And if you're one of them, this game is for you. This is shown in my in-real-life playtesting sessions, where people ages 10 and up were enamored by the characters, the story, the lore, the gameplay. Eclaridia, ultimately, is for everyone. Now, I have spent, again, 3 years to make this game, and I have chosen to ditch the existing turn-based system that other card games use, like Monopoly or Uno, Magic the Gathering, and instead replace it with a more free-flow system. That means less waiting for you, more action for you, and that sets Eclaridia apart from the competition. Now, I will need your help to raise 30,000 ringgit to begin phase 2 of Eclaridia's development. Expansions are on the way, so once we kickstart Eclaridia's release with 10 unique decks, 2,000 copies total, Eclaridia will never run out of copies. Eclaridia will never run out of content for you to enjoy. Now we've talked about producing, here's how we sell it. Aside from the usual online store, the usual suspects really, Brian and I have personally went around Kuala Lumpur to look for local tabletop stores. And if I could find 3 in KL, I'm sure there's one near you, which Eclaridia can be sold to. All we need is your support to support these local card game stores. And with your support, Eclaridia is not just a card game, it's an ecosystem that we can expand to. Books, TV shows, movies, you name it, we can have it. The only limitation now is your support to the card game, both financially and socially. And you are not alone in your support. Okay, here's a little story. A few months ago, I was playtesting in my school, like I said before. But here's what I didn't tell you. Of the 7 initial playtesters, 4 people...
All right, time is up. Judges, you may start your Q&A within 7 minutes. You may start, Serena or Dr. Yip.
Okay. Dominic, I have a question to ask you. How are you going to disseminate the rules of the games? There are 2 different games for different people. So how do you disseminate the rules of the game?
Can you repeat that question again? I didn't catch that.
How do you let people know the rules of the games? Obviously, you have different games to cater for adults, for children, all kinds. So how do you disseminate the rules? Because all games must have rules.
Right. We're currently only selling 1 card game, but different expansions of it. The rules are the same for every game. And for each deck you buy, there will of course be a bundled rule sheet. Easy to learn and intuitive.
I see, thank you.
So can you expand a little bit more, Dominic, on the game itself? How do you play it?
In Eclaridia, unlike a lot of other trading card games, you know the cards in your opponent's hand and you can deduct it. What you need is wit to play attacks, skills, and auras from your hand to deal damage and to stop you from taking damage. Lower your opponent's health from 50 to 0 to win the game. Does that answer?
All right, Judge.
Hi Dominic, Mike here. Thank you so much for your presentation and your great energy as well. Well done. Can you tell me, out of all of the games that I have available in the world, why do I want to play this game?
Simply because the whole of Eclaridia is more than a sum of their parts. Each unique mechanic flows with each other in such a way that I have not been yet to find experience. And it makes sense when you think about it, because I have played games like Magic the Gathering, like Monopoly, and I have designed a game that I'm sure everyone can play, because I am a board and card games player myself. I wanted to put tabletop games back on the table. And so I have catered so that everyone can enjoy this game. So your reason is pretty much answered with that statement.
I actually don't understand.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what makes it great. What's the excitement? What do I get from it? What does it do for my life?
Eclaridia provides you with hours entertainment, and if you ever wanted to get back into in-person gaming, but with video games and all, I'm sure that Eclaridia will be a fine return to it, as everyone can play it. Your friends, your children. I have people ages 10 and up that enjoy the game, and some parents are already enthusiastic to bring this game onto the table for their kids to enjoy.
Thank you.
Hi, Dominic. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, wonderful. Dominic, lovely energy and congratulations on making it to this part of the competition. I'm trying to understand. So this is a tabletop game like Monopoly and 30 Seconds and such, yes?
It's a card game. You only need the deck
It's
of
a
cards to
card
play.
Okay, wonderful. And you're saying you have tested it with people from ages 10 and up, and it is suitable for both?
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. And so, will people be buying this this game from the shops, like you would with Monopoly, with a box set and such?
There will be a box for you to buy. It's a buy-a-box game. Each person only needs one deck of those cards on the table to play Eclaridia.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Dominic, Landi here.
Yes.
Your energy is fantastic. I just have one question for you. How are you going to get those who still want to play online, who don't want to let go of their online gaming? How are you going to convince them to now play an offline game?
We simply don't need to convince them. As long as humans are humans, we need that in-person connection. Eclaridia is not there to replace video gaming. It's here to facilitate the human emotion, the human spirit that resides in all of us.
Thank you, Dominic.
All right, let's give Dominic Tan another round of applause. Thank you, Dominic.